Hey guys, welcome back. This is Grown and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement. And in this video, I'll be tackling knock knees or knee valgus. Knock knees has been the most requested video that I've received in my comment section. I'm aware of the problems that go along with having extremely pronated feet, and knee valgus is one of them. If I were to collapse or extremely pronate my feet, then you can see how easy it is to gain this position. What we have to understand is, partially, yes, the feet are a problem, but there are a few contributing factors, and one of them is our inability to externally rotate. Now, what you'll find is that while the feet are usually to blame, that it is more or primarily an issue with hip extension, hip strength, and I'm gonna prove that. I'm going to take this yoga block, I'm going to place it as high into the groin as possible. I'm going to keep my feet as close together as I can around this block. And I'm going to demonstrate that as you externally rotate the hip, that the depth of the yoga block will change. And this is force primarily through the glute medius, and that what you're suffering from when you have knock knees is not just flat feet, but if you can fix the strength of the glute medius, if you can increase the strength and the maneuverability of the glute medius, you will also go a great length in fixing your flat feet. Again, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm slightly supinating with the feet, but I'm not changing the position of the feet. I'm just moving through the arch of the foot, supinating and pronating to allow it to go back. If you can gain more strength in your ability to internally and externally rotate, then you can also gain more of an ability within your feet. And as you can see here is that upon externally rotating, if I keep my feet planted, grounded, that my feet will then supinate, which we do not want extreme supination, but we want the ability to move from pronation into supination and vice versa, as an identity of a healthy foot. We need exercises that are going to concentrate on developing hip external rotation and, to a small extent, hip internal rotation. Especially when you sit very often and you're living a sedentary lifestyle, these muscles that contribute to these motions will atrophy, and it is up to you to strengthen them back to a level in which your overall body is fully functioning. The first exercise is going to be the clamshell. I'm going to put my feet at 90 degrees, and then I'm going to lift off the ground, making sure that the hip touches the ground and rises. Keep your feet stacked upon each other and push the hips as far as you can forward. Now, once you've gained good ability in doing it with the elbow, you can then extend, straighten the arm, and do it that way for an added challenge. And then you can even use a hip band if you feel so. But I don't recommend doing that. I think that this exercise is enough. If you do this 3 sets twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week, and you do about 20 per side, I think you'll see great development in your ability to externally rotate and internally rotate your hips. That deals with the portion of our glute medius glute max combination. But what we need to do for further development is to work more on our adductor stability. And with that, I will be performing hip airplanes. Now, you can use a stool, a ladder, a bench, anything in which you can stabilize on. You're going to lean forward, leaning on this bench, and what we're going to do is we're going to balance on one leg, and we're going to internally rotate the floating leg, and then externally rotate, and then internally rotate. And what we're doing is we're developing the full range of motion. Collapse inwards and then roll out. Collapse inwards and roll out. Now with this technique, as you develop your unilateral balance, you can use one hand. Soon you won't need any hands at all. And you can do it freestanding in a way that is the most challenging and develops your balance at the same time. Now, if you feel any discomfort, you can always close the angle. So you don't have to go at 90 degrees. You can bring that angle down and slightly rotate. And then as you develop the strength and the ability, you raise the floating leg. And that is a great way to progress in this exercise. And lastly, I'm sure you've seen this exercise before, what is termed as the glute bridge. But in this version, we're gonna do a slight positioning variation, which will target more of those external rotators and allow you to really have an impact on developing your hip strength. Instead of the normal glute bridge, such as this, we are going to bring the feet in, supinating the feet slightly, and raise. You're going to feel the upper hamstring and the glute max flexing, and that's what we're looking for. Pause at the top. Try to keep that pause anywhere from 2 to 5 seconds. Back down, up, back down. Now, for the glute bridge, I would also recommend 3 to 4 sets again, 3 times a week, and at least 20 reps. And what you'll find is in the coming weeks of practicing these 3 exercises, you will make great stride in your posture and specifically your knock knees. Okay guys, this was a quick one. I hope that you find this beneficial. This has been Grown and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement.